Hello and welcome to Chatting with Malachy. I'm your host, Malachy Judd, and my guest today is none other than folk singer, songwriter, and longtime good friend, Mr. Scott Jeffrey Brown.
Thank you, Malachy Judd. Nice to be here.
It's very, very good to have you here on the program today. As those of you who are following along, paying any attention, both of you are, are aware. Scott is one of the cast members of my upcoming comedy variety series, which will be premiering very soon by the time you're seeing this. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Scott also guested on my previous variety show 2 different times, and we had a good time with it. Good enough that he was the first one that I called and talked into coming to be on the new program.
And I very quickly said yes.
So it was good to have you on board, and good to be working with you semi-regularly again.
Same, Malachy, same, you know it.
We did play in a band together for
the old band. There are some tales from that we cannot tell right now. Is that so? I don't know. Can we tell everything or?
Not everything, no. Save a few things for the...
It was fun.
But yeah, so we've been having a great time putting the show together. We're going to take just a moment here, and we're going to take a little look at a clip of you in the new program. So, so we'll take a look at this right now.
MJ, how much longer is this introduction going to be?
Oh, Scott, I'm sorry. Am I taking too long?
Well, let's just say that I'm ready to do the opening song.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, I've been ready for the last 10 minutes.
I guess I'm taking too long. Okay, fine. Scott, go ahead and get back in your place. I'll introduce you right now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Right now, we have our show's very own folk singer and songwriter for your listening pleasure. You know, I remember when I first met Scott. It must have been
ready.
About... Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Jeffrey Brown. So, there you have it. And look for that and a lot more fun with Scott and the various other members of the cast coming up very soon from now.
We got them, don't we?
A date at this time, but soon, very soon. So, anyway, we're going to focus today on rather not so much the show, but other things that you're involved with, which of course is show related. Music is obviously a big thing. You've written so many just wonderful songs.
Oh, thank you, Ron. You've written a few too.
Well, yeah, here and there.
I know you have, yeah.
And
I don't think I've heard them all, but...
I know you've had a lot of other great adventures that maybe you can share some things that, well, of course, of particular interest to me, obviously, is I know you've made a few visits to Ireland. And
yes, I did make it to Ireland.
Do you have any stories that are...
Sheesh. The Muse, the Irish Muse is alive and well, and they have so many really great musicians in Ireland that a whole lot of them can't get a gig in Ireland, but if they come over here, they can play. There's more prosperity for an Irish musician in the U.S. really, unless he's really good. But there's a lot of good ones there who just can't get a gig.
Yeah,
because they have so many of them. Isn't that a problem? Too many beautiful music makers in your country. They do have that. Yeah. Yeah.
So did you have any interesting adventures while you were over there?
Let's see, which are the ones I can talk about publicly? What did I do? I played at a hotel there, got a couple of paying gigs, 50 pounds, 50 pounds a gig. I got a couple of gigs and played at a hotel, and I played one other gig while I was over there. Maybe it was a coffee shop or something. But yeah, it was, and I was the American folk singer, but really when you go to Ireland, if you're the American folk singer, you're different, but they're so proud of their own stuff. I mean, they were nice, you know, they were really nice. Yeah. But they have so much of their own that really we're the ones who want more of their stuff maybe than they want of ours. I don't know. That'd be a good issue to find out. Yeah. How many Americans, say country bands or whatever, are playing around Ireland, I didn't really see any. So I think mostly they got their own musicians doing the gigs. And gosh, I sat on the coastline of Ireland, staring back toward the United States. At the late sun was low in the sky. It was in September, and it was warm. And I just came up with this melody, said, wow, it's magic. Here I am in Ireland looking back towards home. I couldn't see it. It's 8,000 miles away, but... And this beautiful melody, oh, it was just gorgeous, like something out of a myth, you know? And since then, I have forgotten it. It's true, it really was. It's a beautiful melody. I suppose maybe if I went and sat on the coast again and meditated again, maybe it would come back. But there's something magic about that place.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's great.
As far as geography, we got the trees, we got the mountains. They don't really have that. All their hills are bare from what I could see. I didn't see the whole country, but we got the geography and they've got the history. My gosh, you know, into the mists of time, their history goes. And so.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a wonderful experience. How many times? How many different times?
Oh gosh, I've been there 6, 7, 8 times.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, something like that, because I just love it so much. Their music just keeps me coming back.
Yeah.
Trad, traditional trad, they call it trad music.
That's great.
So,
I know another thing that we are going to have to talk about, because it's something that I know was a pretty major thing in your life, and that was your cross-country trip.
Oh, the bicycle trip?
With the bicycle, yeah.
Yeah, that was a life-changing event, I think, Ron. Malachy, sorry.
How did that come about?
I just had an argument with my older brother about cars, and I was 23 years old, and I said, these cars are polluting everything, and there's too many of them anyway. And being my older brother, he wasn't going to take any lip from me, so he said, well, don't even talk to me. You got a 57 Chevy of your own. That ended the argument, except I sold my 57 Chevy and bought a 10-speed bicycle in 1971, and then rode to New York just to sort of prove to my brother that you can go a long ways without a car.
Yeah.
And do you think he was impressed? No. It sort of didn't work, but I got a great trip out of it.
No effect with Perfect.
Brothers can be somewhat stubborn, you know. Not me, though. Not me. Not one.
Obviously not. Obviously, you were the reasonable one there.
I was. I thought I was.
I could tell that just from. But I know that, as you mentioned with the Ireland story, music being a big part of your life, I'm sure that trip occasioned some writing opportunities.
Yeah, I did write a little bit, a few songs along the way.
Could you share one with us?
I would be glad to.
That would be great.
May I?
Great. Please.
All righty. Let me grab my axe here and hope this comes out good.
Yeah.
No guarantees on this one, but you can re-record it, if it doesn't come out. That's reassuring. Anything to be reassured.
We're not live, so.
You want to be reassured about this. And besides, it's the spirit of a piece. It's not the perfection of it. It's the spirit of it, right?
That's right.
If you capture the spirit, who cares about perfection? That being said, this was written in the Rocky Mountains, and it's called The Rocky Mountain Rag. Written when I was 23 years old, which is a couple of years ago. Way up north where the tall pines grow, where the lakes are clear and the rivers flow, where the grizzly bear and the big moose roam, you see those mountains that covered with snow. Rocky Mountains stand so high, Rocky Mountains touch the sky, cold water's clear and the air is clear, where the big trout jump and the wild duck flies. Some pretty girls back in these hills will feed you well and carry your ill. Just build a fire, sing a song, and count those bright stars all night long. You can fish and swim and hike all day when the sun goes down. time to play. Roll out your cannon, sleeping bag, sing the Rocky Mountain rag. Rocky Mountains stand so high. Rocky Mountains touch the sky. Cold water's clear and the air is pure where the big trout jump and the wild duck fly.
Yeah.
It's the spirit of the thing, remember?
There you go. That was great. That was great.
Thanks.
Well, you got the guitar. We're sitting here. We could talk about some of your other songs. I know I have my favorite. I'm sure you have some of your favorites as well.
Well, thank you, Malachy.
One that I have always enjoyed, and that you did on your first visit with us on the old series, was the Tavern Song. And
The Tavern Song.
yeah. I think you might do a little
I think
piece of that for
I
us?
think I would be happy to.
Great.
Sure, the Tavern Song. Let me think how it goes now. I was a little older. I think I was 25 when I wrote that.
Oh, yeah.
See, I got to fix
So
those.
if the
little-
first one was a couple years ago, then this is a new song. So
Yeah, this is a much newer one. I'll just try it and see how it comes out. I haven't quite prepared as well,
sure.
but
Sounds good.
sometimes spontaneity is
There you go.
successful. Sometimes. There we go. So long, my friends, I'll drink with you again. We'll laugh within the tavern all night long. Think of the times our hearts were light with wine, and nothing in this world could ever wrong. Listen, you'll hear the bells of fortune ring. They're beckoning me farther down the road. My destiny is calling out to me. A change is in the wind and I must go. So here's to good fortune all around. Here's to a lifelong friend. Your memory is dear enough to me. Let's raise a toast to when we meet again. raise a toast to when we meet again. Thank you.
Yeah, great one, great one. I have many favorites of your songs.
Well,
they're played regularly in my home, and
well, thank you, Malachy.
so I'm curious. What would be your, if not favorite, one of your? What would be one of your personal choices?
I think this one. I like this one, and it's see. Yeah, it's called A Great Grandfather's Will.
Oh,
Wanna try that
sounds
one?
good. Yeah, great.
Thanks. There once was discovered a long time ago part of the will the great grandfather wrote. It spoke of a treasure of diamonds and gold, of turquoise and silver, and riches untold. Right out in the open, so easy to find, a gift to the children of all mankind. Beware, the will said, if discovered too late, this treasure will vanish, and the loss will be great. So good men and women, north, south, east, and west, all searched but could find no great old treasure chest. Then one little child discovered a clue, part of the will, which I read now to you. My gold is the lion who lives in the lair, my silver the eagle who flies through the air, my turquoise the whale who swims in the sea, my diamond is mankind who keeps it for me. Such great jubilation for miles around had never been known till that treasure was found. Now all children's children can share the great joy of saving our wildlife from being destroyed. My gold is the lion who lives in the lair, my silver the eagle who flies through the air, my turquoise the whale who swims in the sea, my diamond is mankind who keeps it for me. My diamond is mankind who keeps it for me.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good job on the harmony there, Malachy.
Thank you.
You still got your chops down.
That's a good one. I enjoyed that one myself. I think there's another song that we probably ought to run through on the program today because it might be considered maybe your signature piece.
Which one's that? And that might be.
Having to do
I
with
knew you were going to say that.
having to do with a certain location in the general vicinity, the Columbia River
Oh, the Columbia River
Gorge.
Gorge.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. That was what made me everything that I am today, pretty much.
Your number one hit right there.
That made me pretty much. Well, it actually cost me money, so I can't say it made me any money. But anyway, it was one of my best productions.
What's the story behind the song? How did that one come about?
I just have enjoyed, probably like you, hiking in the Columbia Gorge, and it's just so beautiful, you know, and it's so close to Portland that I just thought, wow, I ought to write a song about this beautiful thing, this beautiful place.
Yeah,
And that's where the song came from.
that's great. That's great.
And then old no longer with us, Bob Swanson, the program director at KEX,
Oh.
walked by a little studio where I happened to be working, and I said, "Hey, Bob, do you have a minute to listen?" And he did. He listened, and he said, "Well, give me that, and I'll put it on the air." And he did for a couple of weeks, way back in 1982.
Yeah.
And so that was a good little bit of fortune there, I thought.
Yeah.
So Columbia Gorge, let's
Yeah,
see.
great.
I might change the key of it a little bit here just to accommodate myself. I'll play it in the key of F. Any guitar players, you know that F is just a great key. There it is. Cheat, use the thumb here. But I am going to try and see how, because it suits my voice, which has changed since 1982. By the city of roses stands a wonder of the world, a place where all the angels come to rest, as spoken in the legends of Indian boys and girls, the greatest beauty of the whole Northwest. The old men say the salmon were once so proud and hale, you could cross the river walking on their backs. Where once rolled the wagons on the old Oregon Trail, there's now the highway and the railroad tracks. Where the desert meets the forest and the forest meets the sky, clear waterfalls cascading towards the sea. There a man can meet his maker and never have to die, to know the meaning of eternity. Hood is a snow-capped mountain whose head is in the clouds, with fir and spruce trees up to timberline, and across the skyline trail the rising sun shines proud on endless desert beyond lodgepole pine. Now whether you're a trucker gone hauling up the gorge, or chance to be a freight train engineer, or maybe you're towing a Columbia River barge, you feel that gorgeous mystery here, where the desert meets the forest and the forest meets the sky, clear waterfalls cascading towards the sea. There a man can meet his maker and never have to die, to know the meaning of eternity, to know the meaning of eternity.
All right. Great. I recall you playing it in F. Just brought this story back to my mind. But I remember you playing that in F on the piano at a little piano bar one time. I remember I had snuck in basically and was sitting just behind you, and I waited several songs.
That was your
before
favorite
letting you-
trick, as I recall. I'd be playing a gig somewhere, and unexpectedly, there would be Malachy Judd sitting there out of the blue sky. Not a clue that he was going to be there.
I managed to do that a few times, didn't I?
Walk in with a briefcase, you turn around, there he is. He's got a trench coat, maybe. Who knows?
Well, I don't think that part ever happened. But, well, there was, no, never mind. You know, this just occurred to me. There's another song that I recall you singing to me one afternoon on the west side of town somewhere, if memory serves, I don't know, on a TriMet bus. And you had a guitar and you pulled it out and you sang. It was the first time I've heard it many times since, but it was the first time I ever heard the song. And we're getting close to the end of the program here, but I was thinking maybe a little piece, it's called Do Something Beautiful.
Oh, Do Something Beautiful. That could be my theme song, actually. That's possible. That was for the muscular dystrophy camp. That became sort of a theme song for the camp.
Yeah.
Have to retune for each new key. Strings are getting a little old. Guitar is a little bit like a piano, as you know. You kind of have to temper it. You can't make it perfect tune. Okay, it's good enough. Good enough. Are you going to help me out on the chorus here?
I might give it a try.
Have you ever had somebody just take you and spin your head right around? Do you know how it feels when a kind-hearted soul kind of lifts you up when you're down? Well, it's true that everybody is different, yet still we're alike in some ways. And when you take time to make someone else happy, do you notice the look on their face? When you do something beautiful, do something beautiful now. When you find somebody in need, just make their life better somehow. Oh yes, do something beautiful. Do a small kindness and see the light that shines in someone's eyes, and your love sets them free. There's a whole lot of people running around who don't know what to do with their life. Well, I know this world can be kind of confusing, bad news and political strife. But there's one way we can get it together, and all it will cost is some time. Just recall how it feels when someone